By introducing you guys to the players. So to begin with, we've got Greenwich Panthers. So that team consists of Campilly, who's their head coach based in Rye, New York. Mr. Campilly, join us on court, please. G'day, mate. G'day, mate. Our world number 16 is Gregoire Marsh from France. The number 2 on this team is Dimitri Steinman from Switzerland, the world number 17. Straight off the plane, literally straight off the plane. The world number 1, ladies and gentlemen, Mostafa Asal from Egypt. All right, now it's going to get interesting. Your head coach here at St. George's, heading up the Newport Dragons, Mr. Pat Koska. All the way from down south in Colombia, the trickiest guy I've seen play squash in a while, Matthias Knudsen. The world number 26, Yaya Alaswani from Egypt. One of the founders, the brainchild behind this idea that's called the NSL, currently ranked 28 in the world, the US number 1, one of my all-time favorites, Mr. Timmy Brownell. So cool, so cool. We just got to introduce our referees as well. We've got here in front of us, we've got Aisa, who's a student here at St. George's. Give it up for Aisa. We've got Miss Hope Prokop, legend of the game, Hope Prokop right here, one of the refs. And a Rhode Island resident. He's been refereeing for over 50 years, 35 years as a pro referee. He's been in Rhode Island for nearly, 35 years. That's a long time, Mike. So give it up here, everyone, for your central referee, Mr. Mike Riley. All right, guys, so just a quick briefing on the rules here before we get the warm-ups. We've got 3 periods, okay? 3 periods. They're 20 minutes each as our players get their pictures taken. I'll move to the side. They don't need to take pictures of me. 3 periods, 20 minutes each, okay? We've got timeouts in there. We've got substitutions in there. We've got all sorts of things happening. So I'll be running you through all of that. And the goal here is to crown a winner of today's match. But more than anything else, we want a different type of energy. We don't want this to be a silent squash match. So we want to hear you stand up, screaming for your team. We're in Newport, so I imagine Newport will get a little loud. So maybe we can hear a little bit of you guys in the back. But I hope you all have a great evening. We're going to begin warm-ups shortly. Thank you.
Good. Cameron.
Pat. No. Then I'm not going to. guys, the first match is going to be between Timmy Brownell and Gregoire Marsh. They're going to start out with warming up the ball.
Let us know when we're good to start. Gracious.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second of the doubleheader tonight with the Newport Dragons against the Greenwich Panthers, which we're coming. Jackson and I are coming on the comms today, coming back off of the Chicago Grizzlies thriller against the Nashville Crushers, where they scored their first victory. But all attention to this massive matchup here with some big names. I mean, the biggest name of all, which I would say, not an overstatement to say, the face of the PSA Tour right now, Mostafa Asal, being featured straight off the flight from Laguna. So busy men. I mean, a lot of these players have just been featured to this matchup.
Mostafa Asal, Sean, having one of the great seasons in the history of the Professional Squash Association World Tour. A world #1, a reigning world champion. He's made it to the finals of every single event over the course of the last year. Just had his first loss since back in October. And he took on Diego Elias in Laguna. I should say for every final up until this past event, I should say. But it's been an unbelievable season for Asal. How lucky are we to have him in the NSL here tonight, and how lucky is he to be a part of this incredible format? It's Nashville, who fell by a score of 3-1 in that thrilling matchup against Chicago that Sean and I just finished calling. It came down to the final points, and it was Kareem Abdel-Gawad, as Sean mentioned, scoring that first ever victory in the history of the Chicago Grizzlies franchise for the team in black. Meanwhile, the Crushers fell to 1-1 on the season. Their regular season's over. They're going to need some help if they want to find themselves in the NSL playoffs now. Meanwhile, Chicago controlling their destiny. Now all eyes here at the St. George's School in Newport, Rhode Island. The Newport Dragons, Timmy Brownell on court, set to take on the world number 17, the French number 2, 35-year-old, the acrobat. It's Mr. Gregoire Marsh, who 35, having one of the best seasons of his career. 36, excuse me, having one of the best seasons of his career. It's Timmy, a co-founder of the NSL, the U.S. #1.
Here we go.
New season, new team for Timmy.
Jackson, keep in mind that this St. George's crowd is known to be loud. So we'll see that home court advantage come in play here.
Probably the biggest home court advantage in the NSL. A lot of the St. George's students do tend to turn up to the Newport home matches. We're underway here from Newport.
Jackson, it's surreal for me to say this now, but I've seen Timmy Brownell over a decade ago to play in the St. George's facility for the New England, as we both went to schools in New England during our high school times. And to see him here now, ranked 26th in the world, is quite surreal for me to see. But
knocking on the door, Sean, of Julian Illingworth's record there. Number 24 was Mr. Illingworth's record, highest for a U.S. male ever. We'll see if Timmy can top that here, but that's pretty incredible. Sean, as we know, is the holds the real squash acumen here in the commentary booth. Former NESCAC Rookie of the Year, Wesleyan University, a fine player.
To Connor Jackson, having a great career himself at Denison Red.
Well, we're trying our best. We're trying our best. Shout out Big Red, top 25 in the nation this year. No big deal. Just doing our thing.
But Jackson, with these two players, I mean, what a good start here.
This is a fun little matchup where you have, of course, the acrobatic and athletic nature of Marsh, and I don't know what's going on in the water in Valence, France, but at 36 years old, for Marsh to move that way, and you see some of his French counterparts, the way that Sebastian Beaumaye moves. Oh my goodness! There's a net from Timbo, early doors.
And that 1-2.
All even here 2-all in the opening period, but Marsh, such a spectacular mover at his age against the brains and attrition of Timmy. It's such a clean ball. Whose straight line hitting is so effective, and is such a smart, highly intelligent player. He's come such a long way from a physical standpoint now, entering the prime of his career here at 28 years old.
Quick shout out to Marsh, who did have his career event at the ripe age of 36.
Yes.
Made the semifinals of the Windy City Open, a platinum event, which really stole headlines.
That's right. And beat
Hopefully he
Diego
brings that
Elias
type of
and
form
Marwan
here.
El-Sharbaghi en route to the semis there, Sean. Three-time French national champion is Marsh.
3-2.
French number 2 behind Victor Claw.
Early fist pump.
Slow
4-2.
wrap-around boast from the midcourt.
Dynamic rallies already, Jackson, in the first period.
3-4.
What a contrast of styles here.
There's the error.
4-all.
As you see on the side of the
Tight
court
indoors.
there, we see Dimitri Steinman warming up. Wow.
Timmy rocking new colors this year. 2 seasons for the Nashville Crushers. Helped lead them to the NSL Finals in 2024. Now making his debut for the Dragons in what is the first matchup of the season here in the North Division. Both these teams looking to start their respective seasons with a win.
Jackson, what a treat we have here with such the level of squash right now on display.
Oh, a lot of nick attempts thus far. Timmy connecting on one, and a few that have been oh so close. This is an incredible rally. Oh, that would send me the wrong way, Sean. One cross drop for Marsh, and we play on.
Fantastic rally.
Huge for Brownell, huge.
And out 5-4.
Timmy, one of the best lefties on tour, always unsettling.
Yes, left.
In the NSL format, when you have to go from taking on a righty to a lefty and make that adjustment on the fly. So definitely an advantage to have.
We got a very
Lefty on your
experienced
squad.
veteran ref in Mike Riley for this match.
Mike Riley, who every time I see him at different events, I've known Mike for many years, and for all of those years that I've known him, he always tells me that this is his
All right,
final
we've got a
year.
substitution
He's done
from the
refereeing.
Newport Dragons. Matthias coming on for Timmy. Guys, give it up for Timmy.
And one slice with a good opening shift.
That's a big shift. Straight in.
5 all.
One of the all-time legends of our game. Still sticking around for us here in the NSL. Matthias Knudsen, similar to Timmy, sporting new colors in 2026. He was a member of the Derby City Colts in 2025 and helped lead the New York City Knights to the NSL Championship in the league's inaugural season back in 2024. It was the third team in 3 years for the man who's been a human highlight reel here in the NSL, one of the biggest names in this format, and who's steadily climbed up the rankings year by year, now up to a career high of, I believe, 43 in the world. He's the Colombia #3 behind only Miguel Rodriguez and Juan Camilo Vargas. The spin bender, Matthias Knudsen, doing battle with the acrobat.
He had a great Oceania tour, and it seems like he's had a little bit of a break, so he should be fresh in form. John White special.
This is a John White special. It took the words right out of my mouth. Matthias, of course,
It's a bit of a
playing
lost
for Whitey
shot
for
in the game.
5 years at
Glad
Drexel.
that Matthias is bringing it back.
Power play Newport. Power play Newport.
And here's what the
That
fans
means
didn't see.
can
Matthias
score points,
Knudsen power
Gregoire
play.
cannot.
Topspin on the
Gregoire has
post.
to defend
Right
for
off
2
the bat.
minutes. Matthias is
Never
the
seen
only
him
one
hit
that
a
can
shot.
score points here.
Funky topspin on the backhand. Obviously, Matthias' backhand already unconventional as it is. I've never seen him go for the post with that shot.
There you go. That's what makes the NSL different.
Marsh defending
Yes,
so well.
this is
here
an
thus far.
awesome shit from Greg Marsh here, though.
Yeah.
It's almost ate up half
Really
the clock.
neutralized the spin bender. And just right on cue, Sean! What a shot! From the Colombian, and a stroke now for Knudsen. He's on a roll here now. 53 seconds to go. Knudsen cheating over to play that backhand volley drop. Has Marsh in the blender now, just as we send up with Buster again! Sean, what excellent defense work from the Frenchman, only to be followed up by 3 quick points, 1 on the power play here for Knudsen.
Someone give Greg Marsh a break here. Oh, wow.
Oh,
That was feathered beautifully.
Marsh anchoring down here.
15 seconds left. 15 seconds left.
Knudsen's got strong, no problem. He'll serve again.
5 seconds.
Cheeky boast.
3, 2, 1. That is the end of
Oh no, and Marsh had the stroke there. Final point of the power play. No rush for Knudsen here.
What a shift.
And that's a costly error for Marsh, who had the stroke on his racket. Does not call it, and it results in a point for Newport. An up and down power play for Knudsen. Certainly a few shots for the high field. And now Gregoire Marsh is going to get a well-deserved rest after a lengthy opening shift, over 10 minutes. On comes the Swiss #1. It's the Jet, the world #16, Dimitri Steinman, taking the court against Matthias here.
A bit blown away with the firepower the Greenwich Panthers possess. I know we mentioned it earlier too, but this is an unbelievable roster they have.
Now 6-10.
Should be a great contrast to styles with Matthias's attacking abilities and Dimitri's retrieval abilities. Probably one of the most athletically gifted players on tour that's having his now squash catch up, as well as you see him progress up to 16 in the world.
It's called the Jet for a reason, Sean.
Great
Cat and
hold.
mouse on the backhand side.
Go to. Yep. 11-6.
Mike Way, he's been here before. No nonsense. Not afraid to tell the players off a little bit. Steinman, that first step is pretty spectacular to watch. Very low center of gravity. So
He's
much
so
force
gifted
going
athletically.
into the floor.
Both his parents, Olympic athletes.
Is that so? I did not know that. In what sports?
That's. I think. Oh, you're putting me on the spot here.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
No, I know for a fact
I
they
had no
are.
idea. Wow.
Yeah, and he's looking to continue that tradition amongst his family household name.
Absolutely, he's got a good chance to do so.
Yeah, but talk about athletic gifts.
12-6.
And they're 28 years old. The Olympics just over 3 years away in Los Angeles. Oh, and it's flat. Off the server turn. Steinman responding in style. Still a 12-point lead for Newport, but Greenwich with a power play remaining in their back pocket as we await Mostafa Asal checking into this match. For Greenwich, Yaya Al-Nawasani is the man that we have not seen yet for Newport. So yes, Greenwich in a 5-point deficit, but with power play in their back pocket and with Asal sitting on the bench, I think they're probably actually the favorites to end up winning this period at this point, Sean. As crazy as that may sound. I mean, talk about the battle of getting professional back.
Power play, Greenwich
Authority
Panthers.
into the front
Power
line.
play, timeout from Newport Dragons.
Okay, so it was a race after that rally. A thunderous neck from Knudsen.
Spencer, can you adjudicate here? We got issues. We got a power play from Newport, and then Newport came in.
Did Greenwich call the power play first? Or did Pat Kosker call timeout first?
All right. Thank you, Spencer. We appreciate you, Commissioner, clearing that up. We are back to a power play for Greenwich Panthers. Dimitri can score
This is good. It sticks Matthias in.
has to defend. He cannot
He's
win
had a
any
long
points.
shift so far.
Stop
Trapped him in
players,
this.
please. Just we need to reset the clock. Thank you. Just the clock needs to be reset. Just to reiterate, only Dimitri can score points, and Matthias has to defend for 2 minutes. He cannot score any points.
Spencer, a former Newport Dragon.
One minute to go. One more minute. Thirty seconds left. Seconds left. A guys, you can scream and shout as loud as you want. We ain't in no country club over here. Come on.
Simba Mawadi, no stranger to the screams in the team squash format. A legend for Trinity College in the midst of their dynasty, emceeing this evening's matchup. Matthias Knudsen on heavy legs with an unbelievable piece of defense. And he's got Pat Kosker and Timmy Brownell fired up. Only 1 point conceded from Knudsen on the power play. We have a double substitution. It is Yaya Sani for the Newport Dragons and the world #1, the reigning world champ Mostafa Asal, taking the court for the Greenwich Panthers.
Each team's best players now being featured. These two just actually played in the El Guna event, where I believe Yaya actually did put up a good fight against Mostafa Asal.
Yeah, chance of redemption here for Yaya. And this
Yaya's
is where we
actually
see
in
how
such
good is
good
Asal,
form.
really. In 4 minutes, can Asal claw back from a 5-point deficit? I'm really curious to see here. Asal easing into things, fairly patient, not going for anything crazy quite yet. Oh.
Subtle hold there.
So lungbuster of a rally. This is exactly what Yaya wants. Draining that clock as we approach the 3-minute mark.
I mean, Asal's court coverage with his size is truly unprecedented. Never really seen it before in the sport. This is good from Yaya. He's doing good work
Huge
draining
rally.
that time
I mean, Yaya
clock.
can kind of put this thing on ice if Yaya is able to win this rally. We're approaching the 90-second mark of this rally, Sean. The Mizuki! Oh, and he's got it back!
Oh, that's
And
gorgeous.
Yaya Al-Nawasani.
Come on, people. That's another level. Come on, let's hear it.
That's a nearly 2-minute-long rally. I think a couple seconds shy. And it's Al-Nawasani who may have just put this first period too far out of reach for Asal, who checked on awfully late for the Panthers. Perhaps a tactical error. I would be pretty surprised if Asal isn't starting off period #2 for the Panthers, Sean. So now down 7, this sort of just a little bit of a warm-up period for Asal to sort of get in the groove of this match. Start to feel his line hitting.
Yeah, the period 1 is running away. Want to give a quick shout out to Yaya and the season he's having right now. Unbelievable couple months to start off 2026 from him as well. The way he handled things in Canada, he won that event, Goodfellow Classic, which featured 30K, and then he also went on to beat the likes of Lionel Cardenas, Marwan El Shabaghi to go to the final in the Canadian Open, just losing out to Victor. But he's in absolutely fine form. I would dare say he's playing at around top 15 level.
In this period, 1 minute left.
And it's showing here why he's been matched up with Assault to start this period.
So much cut. I love this angle. You can see how sharp these guys are, taking it in short on the backhand side. Simba, per usual, wins best dressed for the evening. Saw him in Philadelphia a few weeks ago celebrating the Trinity College boys winning their 18th national championship in program history, a dynasty that he was a huge part of.
15 seconds. 15 seconds left.
I believe won 3 national titles in his 4 years for the Bantams.
My goodness.
2, 1, time. And that is the end of the first period, everyone. Give it up.
Fantastic start for the Newport.
Yeah, we get a little taste of Asal there. Again, like to think that Greenwich is going to have him out there to start period number 2. It's Newport drawing first blood, though, thanks to a great team effort and a great power play defense from Matthias Knudsen. Newport leads Greenwich 1 point to love.
We have an ex-world number 1 in our midst. Mr. Thierry Linku, could you join me up here, please? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Thierry Linku in the house.
Meet Dakota Marketplace, built by fundraisers for fundraisers. It's a complete, accurate, and ever-updated database. Stay current on job and role changes to be notified when your prospect or client leaves a firm. Stay up to date on fundraising news. Access our metro areas feature, which allows you to quickly identify a city that you are traveling to, and all of the qualified prospects within that city broken out by channel. All of this updated in real time. Request a demo and see how we make fundraising easier.
And a substitution in this period. Each team gets a power play and a substitution in this period.
Of what ended period 1 with Yaya holding his more than his own, taking down the world number 1 to wrap up period 1 as Newport Dragons draw first blood.
Yeah, there he is, the Raging Bull back on court here to kick off period number 2. Low pressure spot for him in the first period, checked on, down 5 points very late in that first period. Maybe a little bit of clock mismanagement for the Panthers as Asal didn't get checked on too late. I do like that they elected to go for the power play against Knudsen on heavy legs there. However, Knudsen defended well, only giving up 1 point against the Simon power play, which threw a major wrench in the Panthers' plans. So Asal checking on with a little over 4 minutes to go, down 5, tough spot for him to be in. El Nawasani winning the opening rally, which was around a 2-minute exchange. to make it a 6-point lead with under 3 minutes to go. And at that point, Asal says, all right, I'm going to take this easy. I'm just going to sort of find my groove and get ready for the second period. And we see the same two men that closed out the third back on to start the second.
Oh, this is just such high-quality squash, Jackson, between these two.
Asal never out of position. He's just so ready for every shot. With that first step, the racket prep, the explosiveness, he moves on and off the ball so well. Always just gets right back to the tee. You never see him doing a whole lot of twisting and turning, unless he's, you know, it was a couple of years ago when he's taken on Farag on the Pro Tour. The Farag's maybe the only guy that would have the ability to sort of get Asal dancing and out of position like that. It's very rare that you see him off balance or off kilter. It's just so steady. I mean, Sean, for you, when we talk about greatest of all time, he doesn't have the accolades yet at only 24 years old as some of the greatest in the history of our game. But when we look at what he's done the past 2 or 3 years, finally getting that first World Championship last May. He's going to look to defend that title in a couple of weeks. British Open champion, and he's won just about every title you can possibly imagine at such a young age, and how dominant he's been on tour the past couple of years. I mean, where does he rank for you in sort of that whole-time discussion?
Oh, it's a tough one, Jackson. I mean, he's got such a long career ahead of him. I think it's underrated to note the fact that he is still incredibly young. He might seem like a veteran on tour now with how many years he's put in, but he's still so young. I think he has the potential to really put his name up there. I mean, he's already going to end up being one of the greats if he retired tomorrow, but it's just really fascinating to see how his career is going to transpire. Be entering, which is scary to note, is probably his prime in the next 2-3 years, which is scary for the entire tour. But it's a good thing that the likes of Diego Elias does match up very well against him. I think it's good for the tour, but I mean, what a dominance we just saw for him the past 4 or 5 months.
Power play from the Greenwich Panthers. Mostafa Asal is the only one that can score points.
Okay,
this is going to be interesting.
So it's the first Asal power play of the season here. He's gone for it on the long cross drop to the back. There's the finish. Techno music. Giving the camera a little shake there at St. George's School.
This music is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not see it, but Jackson is dancing away right now on the comms booth.
Yeah. I'm of the Steve Kerr school of thought of why do we need the techno, like at NBA games. I'm not always a fan of the music. I just want to see. That's why I like the college basketball. It's about the product. We're watching the world #1 right now. You know, I understand. The kids like it. The Newport students, I'm sure, are in favor of this. I'm being a get off your lawn guy, Sean. That's on me. I apologize. This is a good piece of defense, though, from El Noasani, meanwhile. We're going to pause for a little Shoe tie.
You know, I do want to mention that even during the Laguna matchup, Asal did win 3-0, but the games between each game were very close, so it just shows that Yaya can hold his own against the Asal matchup.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of that match, actually, and how poised Yaya was, and certainly no fear against Asal, who at that point had been on a 20-something match win streak. Yaya was certainly up to the task, even though he was outclassed up there.
All right, and that's a substitution from Newport. Give it up for Yaya, guys. That's a shit.
That was great shit from him.
Great shit from Yaya, great defense. And here comes the spin bender. This is... Oh no, I wanted Nazi and Mostafa to go at it there. It's going to be a rematch in the first period. Colombian versus the Swissman. Steinman on board. Yes, here. Greenwich with a 3-point lead. Newport still with their power play remaining.
Oh, Jackson. Oh, that was a dead roller.
The rollers that we've seen today, Sean, have been pretty spectacular.
From Dimitri Steinman.
Oh my goodness. It's not something we see from him too often in the best-of-5 format, but it shows you when push comes to shove how talented these guys are in so many different ways. The jet with authority. Oh, and Mati with a little stare down. He had the Swissman with the top spin, but he buries it in the tin. I have a feeling that's not the last we're going to see of that shot here tonight.
I mean, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. The Greenwich Panthers are playing with urgency.
Matias asking for the ball. I was just about to say, Sean, Newport has to stay within striking distance for when they pull out that power play. I think this is smart, Sean, because we just saw Steinman go on a 3-0 run, and Pat Kosker figures for Newport, we got to stop the bleeding. There's an attack element to the power play, but there's also a defensive element to the power play. We're not going to let you score for the next 2 minutes. And who better to call the power play with than Knudsen? Maybe allowing Knudsen to get into his attacking rhythm. I think this is a really, really smart power play here in the middle point of the second period.
Oh, almost got that back.
Nearly. Monty on the board.
He is a sniper. He's just waiting. Waiting for an opportunity.
Jackson, I don't know if there's a more intimidating bunch than the Greenwich Panthers, but all three of these players have an immaculate ability to defend points with their retrieval abilities.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Sean. Who would you most want to call power play against?
I don't even know who I would.
Flat as a pancake for Monty off the ground. Off the bounce with the cross net. I don't know. I don't even know. I suppose I would say Marsh, but I wouldn't feel good about that at all.
I mean, any other team would dream of having a Greg Marsh defend a power point.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an outstanding point, Sean. This will be the final point on the power play. Oh, maybe not. One more chance for Nazi. So no rush here for Matias, who's only scored 2 on Steinman over the last 2 minutes.
Great hands from Steinman.
Great hands.
Good squeeze. What a rally that was.
Timeout, Newport Dragons.
Okay. Kosker
Get a
calling
timeout now.
Yeah, he wants to talk things over with Mati.
So low scoring period here. Some long quality squash rallies.
Relax, Papacito. Okay.
Trouble opening the door from the inside.
But telling Matthias to calm down as they are on a timeout.
60 seconds.
So cool to see how far Mati has come. This time last year, he was ranked 20 to 30 spots lower in the rankings, and a year before that, he was ranked outside the top 100, I think. So up to 43. It hasn't come from one big result. It's just been a steady climb for him. Obviously, the one result that does come to mind is his win at the World Championships last year against Greg Laban after he won the Pan American qualifier to get into the event, and a huge win over top 20 player in the world for him. He's going to have to defend those points coming up in a few weeks here. Assuming he qualifies, I'm sure he will at 43 in the world. Play let there.
It's been pretty free-flowing compared to the Chicago Grizzlies Nashville Crushers match in terms of decisions.
It's gonna
be a no let. Battle around the middle here between these two players as they look to control the tee. That's tight squeeze from Dimitri Steinman. What a treat we're in with the quality of squash between these two. On the right of my eye here, we see Greg Marsh warming up as well. I'm assuming a substitution very soon. An incredibly low scoring period right now. Just been very long rallies as we're heading towards the final 6 minutes here of the period, and less than 10 points scored on either teams here.
It's a great point, Sean. Very attritional, very good power play defense, and a lot of lengthy exchanges. Asal, great in his opening shift, but Yaya holding his own enough to give Newport a chance here on the back end of the second period. And I would have to imagine that after this rally or one of the next couple, it's going to be Timmy Brownell checking on for the Dragons. And it's going to be the acrobat Greg Marsh checking on for the Panthers. Those two gentlemen kicked off the first period. The tweener from Mati putting on a show. Simba, he's got to be careful, he said. Another one up the middle. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen Timmy or Greg. We'll see if it takes either of them their teeth sunk back into this match. Another great rally. Knudsen with a pair of tweeners. Help them draw one back. Panthers Stuyman's going to stay out there with 5:40 to go, Sean. Stuyman will stay out there.
Jackson, these two have history. These two have history.
They certainly do.
Cited back 2-3 years ago, the U.S. Open.
Oh, and Sean, right in the third shot, we had a high cross way in the middle, played by Stuyman. Timmy, way clear of that. He was all the way in the right service box, taking no chances.
This is great. This is great for the drama. Not that we don't have enough already in squash.
Yeah, Timmy on the receiving end of a hip check previously and a conduct match awarded to him after these two did battle a couple years ago. Both have improved their stock since then. Both have climbed up the rankings, now entering the prime of each of their respective careers. Curious to see how many more times we see these two do battle in the NSL and beyond. This is almost a brains versus brawn situation. Not to discredit the squash acumen of Stuyman or the physicality of Timmy, but we know how physical Stuyman is and how tactically sharp Timmy is. Oh, he's got that. He's absolutely got that, Sean, I thought. We play on.
Jackson managing to slight both players simultaneously.
No. Complimenting both players. That's all frame of reference. Timmy's put in some major work in the physical aspects. And you got to respect Timmy, not a physically gifted athlete in the same way Stuyman is. And he's put a lot of work into his body. He's come a long way in that respect. It's what's allowed him to hang with guys in the top 30. It's what's allowed him to score a win over Marwan El Sharbaghi earlier this season. Coming pretty close again there in El Guna to making it 2 on the year for Timmy.
Substitution, Greenwich Panthers.
Mike Riley sees no issue with the pickup. I mean, Sean, this has the potential to be, with only 3:36 to go, the acrobat Greg Marsh checking on to take on Timmy here. This has the potential to be one of the lowest scoring periods in the history of the NSL. Only 18
I am
points.
a bit mind blown with how low scoring it is.
We've seen plenty of first and second periods well into the 30s and teams different scores. We've yet to hit double digits here as we're approaching the 3-minute mark. It's the error from Timmy.
Jackson, I might go out on a limb and say this might be the average highest ranked matchups between both the teams with the rankings they possess in terms of quality of squash we're seeing. With the lowest ranked player actually being Matthias, who's pretty high in the rankings himself, 43. I mean, just an impressive roster on both ends.
Absolutely.
It's always fascinating to hear from players' perspectives when they are matched up against Timmy. They always find Timmy to be a bit tricky to read and play against.
11-9.
I'm glad he's found a new home in Newport. It seems like he's getting abundant support there. After a bit of a shock when he got released by the Nashville Crushers. And speaking of, Greg Marsh was actually part of that Chicago Grizzlies team and now has moved over to the Greenwich Panthers. Both these players seem like they're thriving in their newfound teams. Great movement. What a rally. Timmy stretching Gregor Marsh everywhere. These two just
Simba
continue to have
offering
mega
that.
rallies here. My
I mean,
goodness.
it's another lung buster, Sean.
Wow.
And there is the boast. Timmy taking a look at the clock. Gonna calm himself down. And at this rate, Sean, this could be the final point of this second period.
Jackson, also to note that both these teams are staying consistent with the matchups they're seeing. The only slight twist we saw was a minute of Dimitri Steinman and Timmy Brownell, but other than that, it's been the same exact matchups.
There's almost a bit of a pyramid there where we saw these two start the first period. We saw the same pairings go in the middle, sandwiched in between, and then we saw Asal and Yaya close out the third and open the first. There's a costly error from Timmy there. Greenwich now out to a 12-10 lead as we're winding down. Oh, Timmy with a stroke of luck there, and now with 4 seconds to go.
2, 1.
This will be the
last
final
point.
points of the second period.
Unless Timmy ties it.
Oh, what's happened? Oh, what's happened? Oh, Marsh didn't know the score.
No, I think they called out for the period to be done, and Greg Marsh confused that as to the period to be over. It's an understandable mistake on Greg Marsh's end. I think the only fair outcome would be a let on that point.
Spencer, we need you back here, buddy. Spencer, Commissioner.
Simba calls for, yeah, it's good that we have the commissioner in the building. This is the second time we've needed his official ruling.
I really don't think Greg Marsh.
Meet Dakota Marketplace, built by fundraisers for fundraisers. It's a complete, accurate, and ever-updated database. Stay current on job and role changes to be notified when your prospect or client leaves a firm. Stay up to date on fundraising news. Access our metro areas feature, which allows you to quickly identify a city that you are traveling to, and all of the qualified prospects within that city broken out by channel. All of this updated in real time. Request a demo and see how we make fundraising easier. Meet Dakota Marketplace.
Guys, we're back. This is going to be the deciding point. And wow, Greg Marsh, the cold-blood assassin. And Jackson starving us for another penalty shootout.
Square, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1-1.
Marsh, after some confusion, staving off Timmy.
2 points. Okay,
Once again, there will be no shootout. It'll be all to play for here in the third period. One of the lowest scoring periods in NSL history. Someone's got to check the record book on that. But we're all knotted up at 1 apiece. It's Nashville and it's Greenwich, all to play for right after this.
Meet Dakota Marketplace, built by fundraisers for fundraisers. It's a complete, accurate, and ever-updated database. Stay current on job and role changes to be notified when your prospect or client leaves a firm. Stay up to date on fundraising news. Access our metro areas feature, which allows you to quickly identify a city that you are traveling to, and all of the qualified prospects within that city broken out by channel. All of this updated in real time. Request a demo and see how we make fundraising easier.
Give it up for the future of the game, everyone. Give it up.
All to play for this third period. Game's tied up 1-1 in periods, and this final period's gonna be worth 2 points, so it's gonna be a winner take all. Wow, what a match we have so far. I think we just got to confirm that this was indeed the lowest scoring NSL period in history. Just to show the caliber of the traditional squash that can also be played, to kind of give you guys the difference between the explosivity, but also the retrieval abilities of these players, as that was a 37-point in total. But that was a 35 was the previous lowest, so that was much lower than that.
Yeah, by double digits, the lowest scoring period in NSL history.
Jackson, question is, will we see different matchups here in this third period?
Okay, I hear you. Countering from Greenwich Panthers is the current world #1, Mr. Mostafa Asal. Hey, let's hear it, man. We're in the USA here. Come on now, let's hear it. I like it. I like rowdy. I need more rowdy. You need the rowdy stuff. Hey, I need you guys.
Jackson, we got our first new matchup here against Timmy Brownell and Mostafa Asal.
We're in at a country club tonight. I want to hear some rowdy action.
We'll see if this new gamble of a matchup for either team, if it works out in their favor, we'll have to see, but I'm going to have to favor the Panthers in this matchup. I'm a bit confused. It seemed like Yaya was doing well with the matchup against Mostafa Asal. I'm not sure if this is the time to switch things up.
Okay, we've got some issues. We might need security here. Mr. Costa, can you please make it back to your side of the... Can we get security? Thank you, Pat. Thank you. Over there. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Let's see what happens.
As the crowd gets settled in, as we're about to commence the third and final period of an action-packed back-to-back NSL matches.
All right, the third period, guys. 2 points on the line.
Another.
And there it is. Drawing first blood is Asal with that backhand volley nick. It's been a fairly relaxed effort for the Raging Bull so far this evening. Not too much rage in the eyes of Asal. See if he can sort of dig in here a little bit. Obviously, you know, playing hard, playing these long attritional rallies, but it feels like he's almost letting his opponents hang in a little longer than they should be.
This last period will be 30 minutes long. Wow, what a shot.
Excellent from Asal. Simba putting on a show. Almost on par with the players tonight. Good comedic execution from our master of ceremonies. Good friend of our guy Billy B, Sean, so maybe he's picked up a tip or two from Bill ahead of tonight's matchup.
Do you know that our friend Bill Buggin works at Simba's new facility, Squash Bridge? Shout out to that buddy.
All right, we've got a power play from the Greenwich Panthers. Timmy can only defend, Mostafa can attack.
Jackson, I don't want to jump the gun here, but I'm a bit shocked by this Newport tactic to have Timmy matched up with Mostafa Asal when Yaya was doing so well against him. And we do have data that between these two have played more than once on the PSA Tour, so we kind of do have the data of how they play against each other. And Mostafa Asal has quite comfortably taken most of the matchups. But we're back to the techno.
Here we go. This is going to be a very important defense for Timmy here. There's the cross neck. Almost a little slip there from Timmy. Oh, can you feather it in any better than Asal did? Can you leave it any closer to the front court on a drop shot from that far out?
45 seconds.
Asal, like we said, never out of position. It just makes it look so effortless. Oh my goodness! What a piece of deception. Even Pat Costco's got to give it up for that shot. Timmy, though, all things considered, not bad defense.
Substitution. Give it up for Timmy. That's a ship.
Fantastic lead here. Greenwich Panthers are in good position, but keep in mind, the Dragons do have a power play.
Excuse me, Timmy has to come back on. There's 7 seconds left on the clock, please. Timmy, please come back. Thank you, sorry.
Oh no.
Good catch for the Greenwich Panthers.
7 seconds left. Play on.
7 seconds left on the power play. Good sportsmanship between these two. They've had their fair share of battles on the Pro Tour. on the air.
That's the
Does he
end.
have time for one more? He does not.
And power play, Newport Dragons, Matthias.
So Matthias is going to check on and immediately call a power play against Asal. A bold move, Sean, but as we established earlier, I don't know who you would elect to call the power play against on this team. There's not really a right answer between the three.
Wow. All of a sudden, Cam can't catch. All of a sudden, he couldn't catch.
Oh! What a roller that was.
Mati's on a roll. No pun intended. Mati, no fear in his eyes against the world number one.
That's the floor. There you go, use some height.
There's their Mati again. Oh my goodness, can that be any better, Sean, from the back right?
It's a bit too casual from Asal.
Can we stop with the rainbows?
Oh. TS has built up quite a highlight reel over the course of the last hour. Pretty spectacular stuff from the Colombian. Now we're all knotted up at 8 apiece. Remember, each team with a each team with two 2-minute power plays in the third period. So each team down 1 power play with 1 remaining. And there it is, and you can imagine that
That's a substitution from the Greenwich
getting ready for a sub
Panthers.
period. Successful power play for Mati
What a
there.
third
Puts
period.
Newport Dragons in the lead here with 22:35 to go. And on comes Greg Marsh.
Hey, I would play myself here.
What a third period. We're almost a third in. Both teams have used early power plays. Both teams have 1 remaining, and the scoreboard is 9-8. Advantage to the Dragons.
Salsa there on the court.
Yes, flat.
A little salsa. A little Shakira. What's happening here? Cheers. Nothing's happening. Okay. Don't throw that at me. That's a different shot.
Oh, there's beautiful camera angles here. Jax, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Which team are you picking to win this third period?
Man, Sean, we came in saying Greenwich was the favorite. I think I'm going to stick with that. I think that it's going to be Asal closing it out. You can't go against the best player in the world. So I think given how tight it is at this juncture of the match, as long as Greenwich can stay in striking distance, I think they're going to be able to take it in the back half of this third period. What say you?
I'm gonna have to go with the same here. I just think they just have too much firepower, and I just don't see any drop off of form with fatigue with any of these players that Greenwich has.
It's true.
With the physicality they present.
That's a very good point. Matthias put in such a physical shift in the first period, defended that power play so well, which was a huge part of how Newport was able to take that period in the first. But perhaps in the coming minutes, the fatigue could be setting in for him here, especially with rallies like these. There's the air and a major fist pump for Knudsen. Now with the 2-point cushion. All right, and that may be the end of Matthias Knudsen's match. We'll see if Newport elects to bring him back on in favor of Timmy, but assuming Timmy's going to close out the third, take a bow, Matthias Knudsen. And if Newport ends up winning this match, he's got a real case for MVP or man of the match.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Oh, the air.
Jackson, I'm gonna
lead for Newport.
Jackson, I've been saying a lot of good things about Yaya, but I really do think he might be the X factor on this team. The way he was able to hold off Asal in the first 2 periods, and they finally switched up the matchups here. So Yaya gets to kind of show off his skill set amongst other players outside of Asal. But it is also, wow.
Number 26 from Tanta, Egypt. The tweener from Marsh. Probably the right call, but unfortunate under the circumstances. You always want to reward tweeners here at the National Squash League.
It's also interesting to note that Pat Kosker has revamped his team, but Yaya has remained on the squad. Just to show that
Good point.
Pat must be believing in Yaya's ability as a future prospect as well with his young age.
Yeah, the NSL, a bit like a fantasy football dynasty league. You're able to keep any player you want on your roster, but then you just lose the draft pick for the round that player was selected following season. Kosker happy with his investment last year in El Nawasani. Back again for Newport in 2026, holding his own here against the world number 17 veteran of the PSA World Tour, Greg Marsh. A dozen years separating these two in experience. But it's Yaya looking very patient, very methodical right now.
All right, substitution.
Oh, this is just some very attritional squash going on here.
So, Dimitri coming in.
10-13.
So Greg Marsh likely done for the day. barring a shocking decision from Campilli, who we haven't talked much about so far because of how strong his team is. We've been fixated on the names on the roster, but Campilli, of course, former world number 11, the Australian, now doing some coaching in Rye, New York, but legend of the PSA World Tour, one of the hardest hitters of the squash ball of all time, and now offering his coaching and counseling to the members of the Greenwich Panthers, a newer expansion team in year 2 of the NSL. Their opening match in 2026, looking to make their mark and inch one step closer to the playoffs in June.
We're at the halfway point now in this final period. Things are about to get very tense now, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson, look how tight the scoreboard is.
Yes, left, no pitching. Stroke to
Stroke, yeah.
14-11.
The wit on display between Mike Riley and Simba. It's like the Laugh Factory here at St. George's. Just amazing with how much force Steinman attacks the ground.
You created the problem.
Oof. Keep an eye out for blocking.
Oh, great length.
Steinman maybe not forward to in his professional playing career.
I mean, both these players are probably one of the most explosive athletes, both of them.
14.
But Jackson, things are getting tense now. Only 1 point in between. 13
Yes, Sean.
minutes, 45 seconds.
Our second match of the doubleheader also appears to be coming right down to the wire.
13, 14, yes, left.
This is getting tight, people.
Thank you. To the Dragons. 15, 13.
Oh, this is so entertaining, Jackson. None of these periods really had an outright winning team, so
Safety.
Substitution. Yeah.
It's just so tight this whole way, Sean.
Yes, left.
we get Matthias now
Whoa, hold
subs
on.
back on.
Hold on. Okay, so Matthias.
Yeah, guys, Dimitri's asking for something. He's got a point. We need to give some energy here.
Diamond getting the crowd fired up. Matthias, wait, Sean. Did Matthias start this period, or was it Timmy that opened this period?
Timmy opened up this period against
So-
Mostafa Asal.
If I'm not mistaken, is Newport out of substitutions now? It went Timmy, Matthias, Yaya, Matthias.
Yeah, I believe they may be out. I do think you got that correct.
Oh, unless they're. We're
I'm
still,
not quite sure about
again,
this
This
move.
is me. This is my first day of the NSL here in year 3. Unless we've added an extra substitution for each team, I'm not sure. Wow, interesting. Because yeah, that was a fairly short shift for Mati. He came in, called the immediate power play.
Oh, so they
out
get
another
4
4
substitutions in the third period, Jackson.
Okay, gotcha.
I actually
That move making a
would
lot
have liked to
more sense
see
than-
Yaya on a bit longer. I do think he's their strongest player right now.
15 all.
We missed something with that tight camera angle on Matia. Was it Steinman yelling at Mike Riley, or I'm not sure what happened there.
It's a power play here.
Is it Sean? It's Sean. It is chaos right now. What is going on?
I guess that's not a power play. Now he's asking for a power play.
Matthias is ready, and Matthias is ready. Here is Newport's second power play. They lead by a point, a crucial moment in this third period. Both teams with one power play remaining. Newport using theirs now. Error on the boat.
It's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on this power play
on
from Matthias.
A lot of pressure here. Especially considering Asal will likely be calling power play for Greenwich. Mati's got to at least match him.
I do think Yaya needs to
NSL's
end.
young history, one of the great power play forces that we have. Cheeky from Steinman. Matthias hunts that ball down and serves again as soon as he can. Matthias struggling to find his groove here.
I mean, it's just the added pressure when you know your opponent has an incredible retrieval ability. The margins you have to work with are a lot smaller.
It's a great point, Sean. I feel like you have to aim a little bit lower, closer to 10. It elicits errors like that one and like that one.
Oh, he's really not having any success here with this power play. Such a fantastic mover, Steinman.
Oh, that's so smart for Mati, catching the ball and serving again to reset the rally, knowing that it will be the final point of the power play. I'm always very impressed with the IQ of these players and how these rules Timmy and Spencer created a couple of years ago have been studied and manipulated in so many different ways. Huge point for Matthias here. Has he got a single point on this power play?
He's got 0 points so far on this power play.
Gosh. Matthias Knudsen shut out on the power play. Pretty unbelievable, honestly. And credit to Steinman.
Substitution, Greenwich Panthers. Substitution, Newport Dragons.
Oh, this is good to have Yaya up against Asal.
Yalla
Tactical
Habibi.
awareness.
So Simba.
Let's go, people.
Here we go. Final sub
17-15.
for Newport. And I think technically Greenwich does have one more if they want to use it, but I'd imagine they'll ride throughout these last 8 minutes.
18-15.
Quick fire start from Yaya there to extend the lead to 3 points now. Plenty of time on the clock.
Huge to set the tone. So much time on the clock.
But every point matters for Newport right now.
Every point absolutely matters when you're going up against the world champ. And Sean, second straight match of the day, coming right on down to the wire.
You know, Jackson, I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go for Newport.
Wow. All right, Sean. Gentleman's bet here. Oh, Asal going for it, giving up the kitchen sink. Oh my goodness, what a counter from El Nawasani. The slam dunk attempt from Asal missed so narrowly. And Yaya almost not even swinging, just a little poke back into that front left corner for the winner. It's a squeeze.
Asal is definitely
Forces
upping
the
his. There's a breath of seriousness from Asal now. There's that fiery competitive nature he possesses. Jackson, look how quickly the clock's running out. I mean, these two are just rallying.
It's another lung buster, Sean. And again, these long rallies, whoever comes out on top of these long rallies is going to get a huge confidence boost. Once these rallies creep over the minute mark, it almost feels like, yes, they're only worth 1 point on the scoreboard, but they're worth so much more in terms of morale and in terms of energy. Asal has been very patient thus far, hasn't really tried to force the issue. We'll see if the urgency sets in sort of towards the back end of this period. For now, he's good. For now, he's got the tactics
it's
right.
going to be a double-edged sword. If he feels the urgency, he might start going for it and have the errors, and he's such a error-free player. Holding my breath here, Jackson. What a rally this is. Both players refusing to open up the court just yet.
Superhuman athletes. On full display here from St. George's in Newport. First match of the season for both of these teams, looking to kick off their year with a win and set the tone in the North Division. And Pat Kosker is fired up out of his seat. And do you know why, Sean? It's because all power plays must be called with over 4 minutes remaining in the period. Greenwich has a power play they're not going to be able to get to use.
Oh my goodness, that is...
Greenwich, what a tactical
there, Jackson.
error from the Greenwich coaching staff. And Pat Kosker knew it right away. Oh, no.
What a catch from you, Jackson, as well.
And that's a spot where Campelli's got to tell his player with 4:30 to go to just concede the rally and call a power play. And an error from Asal as well. Oh, no. What a costly mistake. And there you see Timmy Brownell go to probably telling his mom telling his mom about the tactical error for the Greenwich Panthers. Christina Brownell in attendance. Shout out. Newport all the way in the driver's seat now. Sean, your prediction looking awfully good. The clock starting to become a factor. Under 3 minutes to go, especially considering how long these rallies have been all night, not just between these two. Asal's going to have to start forcing the issue a little bit, taking some risks. And another error from the world number 1! And the Newport faithful can taste it. What a performance from Yaya El Nawasani. The 24-year-old standing up to the world number 1 and the reigning world champ. Another error from Asal. Do you believe it, Sean? And against all odds, this stacked team for Greenwich, with each of their 3 players ranked inside the world top 17, being led by the world number 1, on the cusp of being taken down by Brownell, Knudsen, and this incredible effort from El Nawasani. All 3 of those players ranked outside the top 20. Once again, anything can happen in the National Squash League. El Nawasani not giving an inch, not taking his feet off the gas.
We're down to almost 60 seconds now. I mean, you got to credit Yaya here. I can't sing his praises enough here. Oh my goodness. And he squeezes it. Checks, he's not only holding his own, but he's actually increasing the lead here.
Gorilla glued to the sidewall. Unrelenting quality from the man from Tanto, Egypt. 30 seconds away.
I mean, this is only delaying the inevitable now. My goodness, what a performance from Yaya. And he still picks everything up.
What a huge vote of confidence for this young man. Getting the better of the world number 1 here tonight, leading his team to victory.
Wow.
The Newport Dragons are 1-0 on the year thanks to the heroics of Yaya El Nawasani. Say his name.
Goodness, Newport have a keeper. What a special player they have, Jackson. What a special player they have in Yaya El Nawasani.
With me, please. Can I have the Newport Dragons join me on court? Newport Dragons, join me on court. Ladies and gentlemen, can we just have Mike Riley come up here just to give him a round of applause and hold? Come up. Guys, I just wanted to can we acknowledge Mike Riley and Hope Prokop, please, the referees for today. Thank you. There's a lot of counting there to do. Newport Dragons, please join me on court for an interview, please. Newport Dragons, Matthias Venga. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are your Newport Dragons. Give it up for them. Would like to start, obviously, with probably the person that brought it home for them. So, Yaya, any words for us? How did it go out there? How did you feel playing there today?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed. I played last year as well with the Dragons, and I really enjoy the format. It's really exciting. It's so different from what we used to play, so it's good to get outside the normal routine of the game and then try something different. So I'm happy.
Congratulations, well done. I mean, I think you did really well there. Mr. Koska, it's your home courts here. How does it feel to win a match on your home turf today?
I'm just really proud of the boys. It's a total team effort. The engine, and I think we got the tactics right this evening here in Newport. Thank you to the fans, to our crowd. Thank you, guys. Also like to thank our owner, Bear Dyke, who's watching from abroad or down south. We're bringing it back to Newport here. Yeah, just really proud of the boys. Total team effort. You know, great communication, great vibe. You know, we got the tactics right tonight, and you know, we'll celebrate.
We sure will celebrate in Newport or Middletown, whichever one. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon. All the best.
Power play defense in the first period that was so excellent. Not his best day on the prowl, on the power play himself, but that power play defense was huge for that first period victory. Timmy Brownell, rock solid as always. Excellent tactics as we go through some of the highlights here, Sean. And
yeah,
what a major upset for Newport.
The Greenwich Panthers, I mean, on paper, they should have had that quite easily, but I cannot sing my praises enough for Yael Nosani. What a performance by him, and he's no doubt the MVP for tonight. And I mean, all three periods, incredibly entertaining, Jackson. Closing the scoreboard throughout. And that will be the beginnings of the North Division here now, which now Lake Erie Beacons will have to answer the call now.
Right, Sean, as we take a look at matches coming up on the NSL calendar. It's a quick turnaround time for Greenwich. In only 6 days, they're set to play host to the Lake Erie Beacons. Friday, April 17th. Next weekend, we also have the Chicago Grizzlies at the Louisville Colts in the Central Division. And the Lake Erie Beacons women's team taking on the Seattle Freeze Sunday, April 19th. So 3 matches coming up for you next weekend. So Greenwich will have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive in that April 17th matchup. And if Lake Erie is able to come out with the win, then it's going to be Newport versus Lake Erie for the division. Saturday, May 16th in Cleveland, Ohio on the Beacons home turf. Sean Troy, what a match, what a day of NSL action, what an NSL doubleheader. I'm exhausted from the quality that we just absorbed. It's injected into my veins. And what a treat for us here in the commentary booth. Good to be back for year 3 of NSL with you, my friend.
Good to have you back, Jackson. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the stream.